ladies and jellyfish, one with both sizes, welcome back to Ask Joe's videos. If you're new here, I do cartoon reviews, and if you enjoy that kind of stuff, consider subscribing. Today I'm officially kicking off every episode of SpongeBob Season 4 reviewed in 10 words or less. Here are the rules. I rate all the SpongeBob episodes of one season one of these ratings, depending on the episode, and give each a 10 or less word sentence. You will notice that the rating system has changed, and thanks to Color Reviews for requesting me to change it. Basically, if you're wondering why the last 3 seasons, all the top 5s and honorable mentions were great, while the rest of the good episodes were good, same with meh and bad, as pre-movie SpongeBob didn't give me any boo material to work with, to be honest. And please don't call me a hypocrite if a meh episode from this season is worse than those of previous seasons. It was one of my bigger problems in those videos, and I will look forward to make this project's ratings be as unbiased and unrelated to the season or anything but the overall quality of the episode in comparison to the others. It might be hard to understand, but you'll get it as we get farther into this project. At the end, I'll make a top 5 and bottom 5 list of the season, and show a graph of great, good, meh, bad, and boo episodes. And we can't miss me crowning 2 episodes as the golden and rotten episode of the season. I upload these monthly for all of 2018 as a huge project, so yeah. Anyways, if you want the full explanation, check out the announcement video in the card above and the description below. And your review enjoyment is as important to me as to you, so make sure to turn the quality to the highest and turn on captions if you like. Check out the many links and information in the description below, including the last and next few seasons, depending on when you watch this, and my Google Plus community, which you should become a member of. And comment down below your thoughts on my rankings and sentences. My rankings will be recorded in a document, which is located in this show's page on my website, and in the description below. So if you want to see all my ratings in perspective, the link is down below. And you can also find spoilers, upcoming news and projects, and links to videos more organized and accessible. Anyways, we have 36 11-minute episodes and 2 22-minute specials. So let's get into every episode of SpongeBob Season 4 reviewed in 10 words or less.
Let's do this.
Peter Langton is genius! Pretty funny too. Being truthful is a great moral. The characters are the best thing in this one. Man, I love these court plots. Not my favorite, but still good. Man, poor Squidward, but not the worst.
Why, writers? Why?
Really enjoyable and funny. Sorry.
Boo, you stink!
An enjoyable premise, but poor Plankton. Bet you didn't know this was a Season 4 episode. I think this was the best plot regarding Patrick, paired with another episode whose name ends with pants. A funny and well-written episode. Man, I love that mean teacher character. I've seen worse monkeys in my time. Obligatory Flying Dutchman. Unpopular opinion day, folks. Weird but enjoyable episode overall. Is not this episode. Gotta love that song. Love Plankton in this one. So boring. Bummer episode. Ew. Come on, writers. Love that comedy. The title is a metaphor for this episode's plot. Abracadabra, I made my likes disappear. Bet they'd never do this plot again. Or would they? I'm part of the exiled ones. Yeah, cheap joke. Wait, Zeus Service wrote this? What a creative episode. I prefer Suede. It's the worst day ever! And that was every episode of SpongeBob Season 4 reviewed in 10 words or less. Now let's get into the SpongeBob Season 4 top and bottom 5, revealing the season golden and rotten eps. We'll start with the top 5. Number 5. Krabs vs. Plankton. Man, this episode was very interesting. It brought in 2 arch rivals, Krabs and Plankton. Plankton fakes being hurt in the Krusty Krab and takes Krabs to court. Both characters react differently. Krabs takes it greedily as always, and Plankton reacts like an evil genius would. The comedy is hilarious, and I just love these episodes in court. They are my fave. Number 4. Fear of a Krabby Patty. This was the first episode of the season, and man is it funny. The first thing I think of when I hear this episode is the comedy. Peter Langton, SpongeBob calling Plankton a shrink, Plankton getting ransacked with pianos, tomato tomato, potato potato, the loud and obnoxious ringtone. So much to admire. I also think Plankton's plan, for one, is very clever and well thought out. It is very detailed and not 2 Season 6 Plankton schemes. Overall, a very well made, fun, and very, very hilarious episode. Number 3. Mrs. Puff, You're Fired. Wow, what is not to like about this one? It's got the best character trope in SpongeBob in my opinion. The mean teacher guy, which is later brought back in episodes like Inmates of Summer or even Latest Milkshake, by the way. It is very funny, very entertaining, and has a lot of fun moments and events. The plot is original and very fun. Great in total. Number 2. Krusty Towers. Hello, welcome to SpongeBob Season 4. Forget that this is completely random and out of nowhere. This is the start of the video. This season is home to some very interesting stuff. Fear of a Krabby Patty, Wig Struck, Have You Seen a Snail, The Thing, Krusty Towers. Oh yeah, that one. Number 2 is Krusty Towers, and I'll tell you why. It's funny, original, classic, fair, memorable, great plot, likable, and bouncing characters. Yay! And the golden app goes to Dunces and Dragons. What an episode. What a freaking episode. This is the best episode of season 4. The plot is awesome, well paced, and extremely well conducted. The characters are actually pretty interesting. Very cool hybrids of the actual cast, and very extended personalities to jump up and down each other. The comedy is also very funny, of the comedy there is. The dialogue is very good, and same goes for the songs. My personal favorite was Squidly's song against King Krabs. So yeah, a pretty great episode. Now for the bottom 5. Number 5, Wig Struck. This episode is just, ow. It is very gross the way they show the wigs and their germs, even if it is kind of true. The motivations are weak, and the worst thing is honestly the characters. From the needlefish to the bikini bottomites, it's so frustrating. Number 4, The Thing. This one is debatable. It's definitely not blatantly blowing up Squidward's house in front of his face or anything, but the tone of obliviousness from SpongeBob and Patrick is unbearable and very irritating. I don't know why they decided to go to Squidward specifically either, but the writers love that character so much that I guess anything is possible. Number 3, Squidtastic Voyage. Remember the blatant thing I mentioned earlier? Well, this episode is the definition of blatantly torturing Squidward. Really, these writers can get talented at times. They put SpongeBob and Patrick in Squidward's body, torture Squidward by giving him the information in the worst possible way, and it has the nerve to do a smart Patrick joke. And did I mention how much I hate Patrick? Because I really hate Patrick. Like, I don't think you heard me when I said, I hate Patrick. He screws up everything, including that horrible ending. Number 2, Squidward. What do I say for this one? It is irritating, frustrating, annoying, angering, exasperating, infuriating, and whatever synonyms fit there. And that is the only thing I found when I searched it in the dictionary. So, moving on.
And the rotten egg goes to...
Good Neighbors. Seriously, what a rotten episode indeed. Many people say that it's the first bad episode or the first Squidward torture episode or whatever, and I beg to differ. But that's not to say it's not atrocious. The problem with Good Neighbors is the limits it will go to show you Squidward's pain and misery. I won't go too into detail, but yeah, those are my raw thoughts. Alright, you know the drill. Let's get into the stats. We had 38 episodes, 36 11, and 2 22-minute episodes. We've got 6 greats, 15 goods, 10 mehs, 2 bads, and 5 boos. You can see that less than half of the majority of the episodes are good, and more than 65% is good and meh. And if we split meh into 5 and 5 and add great, good, and meh versus meh, bad, and boo, clearly see that the better half has the advantage in terms of stats. Like, oh, this is a light good, but close to a meh season. Do I agree with the stats? Yes. It was definitely one of the most debatable seasons up there with seasons 5, 8, and 9. It was definitely mixed in good and bad episodes, going from Dunces and Dragons to Good Neighbors. And it was absolutely a big jump from season 3. Anyways, don't forget to leave your thoughts on the video in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you like what you see. If you're new, feel free to check out my YouTube homepage for videos, and check out my website for links and tons of spoilers. Links, as always, in the description below and card up above. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.